Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Reconnect My Heart podcast, the show that we talk about life's problems that may break or tear our hearts apart. On Reconnect My Heart, we'll discuss God's answers to life's problems to reconnect our hearts back to the way He originally made us. I'm your host, Brother Prater. I'm so glad y'all are able to join us. If you have any questions, comments, or you just want to listen to the show, feel free to call us at 516-453-9118. That's 516-453-9118. Or you can listen online at www.blogtalkradio.com/reconnect my heart. Or you can go to our chat room, which is available on our website. It's available right about now. Good. You can send your questions, comments, or prayer requests. For those who want to watch the video version of this podcast, feel free to go on my website, brotherprater.com. brotherprater.com, and go to the Reconnect My Heart Live page. Reconnect My Heart Live. Also, I'm on Facebook as well on my website. On my Facebook page. I want to thank each and every one who are tuning in. I appreciate you all. Sorry for the delay. I was doing a couple of things pertaining to the show, and hopefully you all get a chance to see what I've been doing. And sometimes when you get busy, sometimes time escapes you, and that's exactly what happened. So as of right now, I'm multitasking. I want to make sure that everything is up to par. Make sure everything is up to par. I apologize for the delay. Sorry that for those who came on expecting me to come on at 8 o'clock. I apologize. I want to make sure that I have connection with my social media outlets. So far, I was trying to get onto my page just in case someone can see me on Facebook. I actually started late. I had to go back, cut it off, and then turn it back on with the new title. I forgot to put the title on there. So as of right now, I'm just talking to make sure that everyone is able to hear me. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to check it on like this. Yeah. And then I have one more thing I want to do because I want to make sure that I bring some things up. Okay. Hopefully you all are able to see me. Okay. Let me see if I can change it. I think. Hopefully you all are able to see me. If y'all not, then I apologize. Okay. I see myself, but the title is not "The Struggle Is Real." That was last week. I changed it, then I went on and came online, so I apologize for that. Matter of fact, it's not doing anything right now. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I appreciate you all coming on. Today, actually, it's going to be a special edition. This is the episode that we honor my sister, Sheila Prater. Today would have been her 47th birthday. And I can honestly say, this is me speaking from my heart. She's sorely missed. I know, even though it might have been last year. This is our second year celebrating her birthday without her. Even though she tragically was killed yesterday. Last year. But last year we celebrated her birthday without her, and that was difficult. I know sometimes people say, well, time heals all wounds. Everything will be all right. That sounds cool, and like I said, this is just me being real. It sounds cool. It sounds like something you may want to tell someone, and many people think that time heals wounds, but it doesn't. It's what you do in that time. That's what health heals. And when it comes down to a death, loss of loved one, especially the way that it happens, sometimes it takes not only the time, but it takes sometimes talking about it. Therapy, that helps. And today, when I got up extra early, ended up running some errands, and then I ended up staying late instead of going back to bed. But I thought about today, and a lot of times with my sister's birthday, I was so used to planning with her, or she didn't want the acknowledgement, so to speak. Maybe not from me, but as the time went on, wanted to do something for her birthday, whatever. And so for those that know, I used to always try to celebrate my birthday with hers, and allow that to be our week or a couple of days, if you want to say. Her birthday on the 13th, which is today, and mine on the 16th, which is Wednesday. So I wanted to give the attention to her. She was my only sister, and just being able to give her flowers while she was here. And so last year was different, and then this year, today was different. I was busy, but it still was different. So with that, I received a lot of phone calls, a lot of love, a lot of support from so many people. So I want to publicly tell you all, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the love, the attention, the prayers. I had many people text me, calling me, and some I did get a chance to talk to, some I didn't. But I really thank God for the prayers, the love that we received, because without those, it would have been more difficult. So I appreciate every one of you all. So without further ado, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna towards the end, I'm gonna have the drawing for those that are interested. In case you haven't purchased my book, The Girl Who Was Her Brother's Keeper, The Love Beyond Life. The drawing was for each book that is purchased. That's how many times your name is put off in, I would say the bucket, but this this massive, I'll say crystal. Excuse me. But I have the names. That was one of the things I wanted to make sure to cut the paper with the names and fold it and dump it off in there. And I made it kind of small. I wanted to make it big, but I'm like, no, I don't want to. I didn't want to overpopulate this massive thing, but it fit. But for those who haven't purchased it yet, feel free to purchase it until I say another 20 minutes. What I'm gonna do after 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna have the drawing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go now, and I apologize for not having my stuff with me. I'm gonna get the prizes. It's right over here. I can get it for those that can hear me. here. Yes. So the grand prize, as a matter of fact. Okay. The grand prize is the tamarine with Sheila's picture. And by the way, this is a real tamarine. I want to give a special thank you to Rima Tamarines. For those who are musicians, especially percussionists, Rima is Remo. It's Remo. Remo is a percussion company, and they've been around for many years, and they made this for me last year. And so when I was thinking about pertaining to Sheila's book, with her birthday being on a Sunday, I was thinking, what can I do in a way to give back? So I figured, you know what? Let's have a drawing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna give mine, but what I wanted to do was just make sure for the winner to have a brand new tamarine. So I wanted to make sure, find out who it was, and get in contact with them. It's gonna be tamarine, the grand prize winner, tamarine. A shirt with her face on there, and also a copy of my upcoming book that will be released sometime next year. It's called Hearing Silent Screams, and that book is about let's help stop domestic violence and toxic relationships. So all three will be for the grand prize winner, and the second runner-up will receive a t-shirt, a shirt with Sheila's face on there. So for those who are interested, I want to tell you, if you get it from my website, if you purchase my book from my website, go to www.brotherprater.com/store. As soon as you pull up on there, you'll see the girl who was her brother's keeper. You'll see the add to cart. I think it's the add to cart button. That will be, the book is $11, and for those who going through mail, it's going to be $11 plus shipping. I believe the shipping is $1.99, something like that. So I wanted to let you all know that I recommend that you purchase it from my store on my website. That way I could be able to see, hey, this person purchased it, and I could put you in on the drawing. If for those who purchase it on Amazon, contact me right now. If you're on my Facebook page, inbox me to let me know that you purchased it. Show me. Matter of fact, if you have it, you can take a picture or something like that. I do have some people I already have that I saw that had it through Amazon. Christy Horton, hello there, welcome back. Somebody else, I have everybody's names over there. I have it written down over there, and then I have the names in a bowl on, so the sheet that's on my spiral with people's names, it told me where they got it from. So if it was to my website or Amazon, so I have that. But for those who purchased it after it first came out, please inbox me right now so that I can make sure that you're on there. Once again, for those who are tuning in, I apologize. The struggle is real. That was from last week's episode. Today, speaking about paying tribute, honor to my sister Sheila Prater. But with that, I want to say, Sheila is a very, very, very smart, crafty young lady, and as this week was going on, I was thinking about her. I was thinking about not just in my uh, childhood that I spent time with her, but even in our adulthood. I thought about some of the crazy stories that that I had with her, the fond memories. Some of the stories that I did put in the book. I told some stories, but some of the stories I did not put off in there. I purposely didn't put in there because I don't want to incriminate myself. But I can honestly say I've been so blessed to be a brother of Sheila Prater. You know, whenever she would go out, well, whenever I would go out somewhere, you know, people saw me. People really didn't know me. They just knew me as Sheila's brother. So when they even see me, they say, "Hey, boy, where your sister?" That's the main thing. They'll say, "Where your sister?" I say, "Oh, but she at home, or she's somewhere, you know, whatever, you know." And then it's funny. Whenever she would go out, she would always call me when she get back. Every time I go somewhere, they always ask about you. I said, "What? Ask about me? Do they know me?" You know, I'm like, that's crazy because every time I'm around, they see me and they ask about you. So I said, well, if they asking about you, that means they're just excited to see you. They don't know what to say, so they just say, "Hey, talk about me," or whatever, you know. So those are the kind of exchanges that we have. And even pertaining to talking about relationships and talking about dating, you know, I always wanted to get Sheila's approval. If it was somebody that I was considering, someone I was thinking about, what do you think about, you know, how is she? You know, Sheila will always tell me the for real, because I really didn't know people. I might have been acquainted with them, but a lot of times I was the one that was, you know, that would see a person and would assume because a person may carry themselves physically in the right way, with that's the way they were spiritually or emotionally. So I would always ask Sheila, you know, how is this person, or you know, do you think she's cute? Do you think she's a nice girl or whatever? And Sheila would tell me, yeah, she cute, but she not your type. I'm saying, what do you mean? She cute. She is my type. No, she not your type. What do you mean? She's kind of loose, or she like them bad boys. You know, she not your type. Like, oh, for real? You know, so she would always tell me she knew and loved me enough to be able to know, you know what, this person is not suitable for you. This person, she wouldn't be a good fit for you. And for me to be able to have someone in my life that would tell me that, and also, like I said, it could be a brother or whatever. And I do have brothers, older brothers, and a younger brother. They could be able to let me know how a person is, whatever like that. But it seemed like young ladies know more about young ladies, you know. And so for me to be able to be blessed to have a sister that's my age range, that knew me enough, that loved me enough, that understood me enough to really just say, you know what, you think you like her, but you only like her by what you see. But you need to look beyond what you see, because you have a purpose, you know, and she may not be a good fit for you. And like I said, we will have some heartfelt discussions, some deep discussions, just different part of our life. And so I'm very, very honored and blessed for me to be able to have a sister that way. And I know many people may have had more than one sister, and be able to have, you know, an older sister for guidance, an older sister for wisdom, a middle sister for, you know, different traits, and a younger sister for different traits. But to me, I was able to have everything in one sister. And I'm blessed. I'm very, very, very blessed. I'm abundantly blessed. True enough, like I said, I have, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm not gonna speak in past tense. So if y'all hear me say I have, and just know that I know she's not physically here, but because of the memories and the legacy that God has instilled in her to give to us, it still exists. So even some of the conversations she may have given to me, or the advice she may have given to me when she was here, even though she's no longer here, but that advice still remains. So, those are, when she was alive, she planted the seeds. But now, even though the gardener is no longer here, those seeds have taken root and became a flower, a garden, a forest. So I thank God for the forest that God has allowed me to have through my sister Sheila. Many of the things that we will often talk about, even pertaining to relationship, just life in general. Now, when we were younger, we were very curious, very playful. As a kid, matter of fact, the reason why I'm fond of this tambourine is because we both started off as tambourine players. Sheila and I began to start playing the tambourine. Now, as far as the drum, I started playing the drums when I was about 4. So, as far as the tambourine, 5 or 6, and so, of course, Sheila, being a year younger than me, she started at the same time, but a year younger. And I remember being at the house. We were not rich kids. Excuse me. And we always wanted to play. We always wanted to play an instrument. So Sheila would have a tambourine made of books. So Sheila would have the books, and I will make drums out of the pots and pans, or even the Pringle. Those that remember the Pringle cans. Well, we used to always get Pringles and stuff, and so of course, whatever my mom or dad would buy for one, you have to have it for the other. So if there were Pringles that was purchased for me, it was 2 Pringle cans, one for her and one for me. So we would get done eating them. We would be in the living room, get the popsicle sticks as the drumsticks, or I would be creative and I would get the rubber bands. I would get my mom rubber bands because, like I said, this is the 70s. So we would get the rubber bands and we would get all the rubber bands together, and I would put it on the door and make it as the bass. And I would boom 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 boom. We would do that, and we would always play and sing. And because at the time I hadn't hit puberty yet, I had a high registered voice, so we would always sing. We would always sing in unison and just be able to just make the dogs bark next door. We were always curious. Matter of fact, I remember one time, well, not one time, all the time, when we would go outside, those lightning bugs. Remember those lightning bugs when it started getting dark, and then all of a sudden you start seeing the bugs, or the flying bugs light up. And so we would get that, and we would try to keep it. We tried to keep it as pets since we couldn't have any dogs or anything like that at the time. So we would get my mom's mason jars. My mom from Mississippi, not Mississippi, Mississippi. So she would make the preserves and all that stuff. Well, whenever we would get those old mason jars, or even the old peanut butter or mayonnaise jars, if we still had the top, we would clean it out, and then we would get the lightning bugs, try to catch it, put some dirt in it, and then put the top on it to try to keep it as pets. Little did we know that we were killing it because we never put any holes in it. So eventually we found out they need to breathe. So we were always trying to get some type of pets. You know, everybody else we know they had the dogs, whatever, and at the time we didn't have any room for any dogs. It was 5 of us, 4 boys and 1 girl. So we figured we'll get the lightning bugs or maybe grasshopper. Now the other thing, I would always be kind of curious. I was the mastermind, so to speak. Now Sheila was the spokesperson, the mouth of the two, and there may be ideas I have, and of course she would go along with it. Whatever she said, hey, I went along with it. So I figured, you know what? A lot of times, you know, we would see flies and stuff, so we would catch the flies. So what we would do, we would think, I said, if we chop the head off and then put it back, let's see if it'll fly. Let's see if it's gonna live. So we would take the fly heads off and then try to put it back, but it wouldn't stick on there. So we would get a safety pin and just put it from the head to the body, because I thought, hey, as long as it's connected, it's gonna be all right. So we would get the safety pin, put it through the head to the body, and we would clip it together and let it fly. And we would, wee, bam, hit the ground. It was dead. That was something we later found out that, you know, we don't need to be doing that, you know. So that was there. So eventually we figured, you know what, maybe we'll ask our parents for an animal, a pet. So we asked our dad for a mom and dad for a dog. And one time there was a dog that came, but at the time my mom wasn't into dogs, so we were able to keep the dog for a couple of days and then went away. So later on, we asked our dad for a dog. And my daddy, being from Mississippi, Woodville, Mississippi, I'm like him. He's a thinker. So you can't make money off of a dog. Now you can spend money on a dog, but you can't make money off of a dog unless you get your dog in Hollywood or dog commercials or whatever. So my dad, being an industrial person, my dad came home the next day after we asked him for some dogs. My dad came home next day with 2 goats. 2 freaking goats. Man, you know, so I'm like, what we doing with goat? We asked for dogs. And my daddy, well, you know, dogs don't eat grass. Goats eat grass. So you save them cutting the yard, or you save them. At the time, we didn't pay people to cut the yard. We physically cut the yard. So here's Sheila and I, while everybody else walking their dog, walking their dogs in the neighborhood. Here we go with 2 goats. They eating up everybody grass and stuff, you know. And excuse me, Sheila and our dog was goats. Her name was Muley. That was the mother goat. It was one, and then the male was Billy. Eventually, she had a baby. So it was, the mother had a son, Billy, and then the daughter, Sally. So Muley, Billy, and Sally. And then eventually the mother got pregnant. But unfortunately, before she got pregnant, she got hit by a car. So she was pregnant. She was still carrying the baby. And so one winter night, my dad said that, my dad called to say that the dog, the same thing about dog. I wanted the dog so bad, that's all I ended up calling the goat's dog. But my dad was letting us know that Muley is finna get ready to give birth to the babies. But it was having a hard time because it was hit by a car. My daddy actually, like I said, those that know my daddy, he's from Mississippi. And he's very creative, very smart. That man can do everything, you know. So whatever that needs to be done, my dad can do it. I got some hair in my eye, I guess. So my dad ended up getting his hand, putting it inside of Muley, and helped deliver each one of those goats. Each one of those baby goats, my daddy helped deliver it. My daddy was the goat gynecologist. I'm jacking up the word. Gynecologist. My daddy helped give birth to some goats. That blew my mind. But those that know my daddy, no, that's him. That's where he is. Unfortunately, they didn't make it. Unfortunately, the ghost didn't live. They ended up dying. So that really was a heartbreaking thing. I hated to see them goats die, small goats. But you know, I appreciate my dad even being the type to just be fearless. Whatever needed to be done, he did it. So that was what Sheila and I always look at, and that trickled down to us. Now, when it came down to my other siblings, my other brothers, Sheila and I were the tight two, but when it boiled down to my older brothers, they really babysat us. The original babysitter was my oldest brother, Jerry. I think Sheila, I ain't gonna say me, and I don't care what he says, it was not me, it wasn't the both of us, it was Sheila. He was the only one that was 14 to 15 years old with a headache. I think Sheila was driving him crazy, but we were just curious kids. And like I said, Sheila, to me, whatever Sheila said, it was gospel. You know, whatever Sheila said, whatever Sheila did, we shared the same room until I was 10 years old. And I remember many times during the summertime, she always had the dolls. She had the dolls, the small action figure dolls, and then the full-blown dolls and stuff. So I would go off in the room with her, and we had the Betty Crocker. We had the Betty Crocker cake mix thing. We had a lot of stuff as a kid. So since she was the only girl, I was like her quote-unquote guinea pig. If it was playing, even learn how to plait or braid hair, especially with the movie 10, the movie 10 with Bo Derek. When we saw Bo Derek with the braids and the beads and everything, it was just like Patrice Rushen. For those that are music fanatics, her hair was like Patrice Rushen. So me and Sheila would start doing her dolls like that, trying to plait the hair and even do the makeup. Now, I never wore the makeup, but I would help put Sheila. I would help Sheila with the makeup on the dolls and all that stuff. You know, it was no shame for me. Yeah, I was a guy, but that was my sister. That's the way I looked at it. So, you know, I helped her with playing with the dolls, and then she helped me with. We had the trucks and stuff. The trucks with the road control trucks and cars and stuff. So she would have me play with that, and we would often play grocery store, you know. But we loved music. We loved playing music. Sheila used to sing. Sheila used to sing as a kid. When she got older, I think the devil got into her and put that shameness in her spirit, you know. But that girl could sing, and she had an ear. You know, she can tell when someone is off pitch, off key, and all that stuff. You know, she was also an awesome writer. She would always write. I always had the idea, but I would tell her what my idea would be, and I would ask her if she can bring it to life. If it was a young lady that I liked or whatever, I would ask her to go ahead and just see, hey, can you read that? Can you let me know if that's something? Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? I just realized I totally forgot to plug up my Wi-Fi. This has actually been a crazy day. I knew it was something else crazy. I apologize for you all. For those who are having problems with my video, watching video, I totally apologize. I didn't realize till just a while ago. I didn't plug in my Wi-Fi. Excuse me, my Ethernet. I didn't plug in my Ethernet. So I apologize. I definitely apologize. I know it's a still frame going on. It's a still frame going on. So hopefully things will turn back on. Hopefully. But it's so many fun memories that I have. Yeah, so many fun memories that I have. And I know it seems like I'm just rambling, but hey, this is, you know, just talking about my sister, and I know many people have had some awesome stories throughout my time. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get back on here, and for those that are online, if you can give me a few seconds, if those are watching the video, you can give me a few seconds. No, you know what, that's okay. I can continue it. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna show y'all the cake that I have. I was trying to get the tags off of them, the stickers and stuff. Hopefully y'all able to see it. Let me see if I can take it off. Yeah. Give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try. And if by chance I turn it over while I'm live on the air, hey, it makes good television. It's alright. It's okay. Right here. Y'all able to see? Right here. Y'all able to see? Happy birthday, Sheila. Now, I will tell you what I was going to do. I was going to cut it tonight, but it's getting late, so I'm going to wait till tomorrow. But normally, for those that know me, I always have a cake that says happy birthday, June and Sheila, me and Sheila. But to be honest with you, I wanted to have it where the focus was just on her. Me, you know, I'm just happy to be alive. But even with my birthday, I always wanted to be, there was an opportunity for those that come to me to give to me. It was always an opportunity for me to give back. So that's why I always, since '98, always bought a cake for my birthday to be able to give back. So this year, I wanted to just go ahead and just have where it's just all about Sheila. That's it. So when it comes down to me on later on this week, of course, I thank God for my birthday and everything, but I'll be thinking about her, and I'll be thinking about her posts that she be posting, and even on my page, I'm gonna be receiving some posts that she'll be putting up. Matter of fact, I'm going to like it's at a standstill Facebook page on a standstill. So I'm gonna go ahead and thank y'all so much. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna read some of the comments. Thank y'all so much. I apologize for this. Like I put in my title and it's still showing up on the old one. But I appreciate you all so much. Without further moment ado, we're gonna go ahead and do the drawing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn over and I'm gonna double check one moment for those who, if there's anyone that has purchased the book while we were on the air. I'm gonna double check right now. I'm gonna check and see, and if not, then we're gonna get stuff. I wanted to make sure we put the person I want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to be on there in the drawing. Okay, got it. So make sure to mix up real good. Okay, so now the grand prize winner for the tambourine, the shirt, and my upcoming book here in the silent screens. The first place winner will be Deputy Miss Brown. I'm going to first place winner. Okay. And the second place winner. Uh-oh. Thought somebody. Oh, here it is. Make sure. Yeah. Somebody fell out. Make sure they went in. Glad I didn't close my eyes at the time. Okay. Mr. Durrell. I don't know who this person is, but it's someone that my mom met. That won a shirt. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have a third place winner, and they'll get a shirt too. That's gonna be my gift to you, whoever's the third place winner. That's my birthday gift to you. And let me see. I hope it's someone that's live, or someone number that I know, so I can catch them online to tell them. Okay. Hey, my godfather, Timothy Green. Yeah, so I'll make sure, just in case he's on the air, I'll make sure to let him know. So in case you are able to hear me, I appreciate you all. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get ready to wrap up the show. It's been some technical difficulties, but God has still been gracious, and I appreciate each and every one of you all. Um, Look, just because her birthday ends tonight at 12 doesn't mean that we end our memories and thinking of her. So I appreciate each and every one of you all who thought about Sheila, who prayed for us, and I thank you all for who you were and who you are to Sheila. I thank you all for loving Sheila so much. Um, you know, words can express how I feel about those who feel deeply towards my sister. And like I said, to be honest with you, she is more than my sister. She was more than my sister. She was my friend. And I don't say that very, very loosely. Um, I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of people that know me, but I don't have a lot of friends. And Sheila was definitely one of them. And so I'm so grateful for me to be able to have a sister such as she. So without further moment ado, I appreciate you all. I'm gonna end this show and come back and see if I can maybe find out what the problem is and be able to get it fixed. So I appreciate you all, and I hope and pray that God help each and every one of us during this situation. So without further moment ado, I'm going to end this show. I'm going to kick it back uh, again in a few minutes to see if I can find out whatever the problems were and then get it back on. So I appreciate y'all. God bless you. And I will